Dear friends, Friday is here with us. It's a day I don't like. Two reasons.
Two reasons.
The fact is that I won't see you for the next 2 days. And apart from that, I return to my main pastoral duties.
Funerals.
In designer funeral. Well, funeral 99%. And then 1% goes for.
It's for other things, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dear friends, we are back again with you. This morning also promises to be another globe-trotting. We'll go all over and bring you the news you deserve. More importantly, let's go before the throne of grace and let's encourage ourselves.
Okay, so we take our scripture reading from Isaiah chapter 45, verse 22. Malo Isaiah wulule icho ni jinyongmai edwe ke enumo. Kaya shikuku ni jinyongmai enyo ke enyo. Jeng bamenfe nyekuanye se ke ba mingo. Koni ahere nye yiwala. Ejake mi pe jinyongmo. Ni keje misele moko bedon. It says that, turn to me and be saved, all you ends of the earth, for I am God and there is no other.
Oh, amen. There is no other. Amen and amen. There is no other. I don't know what you have been told, but there is no other. So this is what the prophet Isaiah is saying to the people of Israel. Turn to me and be saved, all you ends of the earth, for I am God and there is no other. And to therefore Isaiah no gusu kasa. So the people of Israel have been in captivity. The Assyrians have captured the northern kingdom. The Babylonians have come to capture the southern kingdom, and by extension, the people of Israel have been deported into Babylon. Afe Israel for here mu. Odifo Isaiah edin semienu efiri Onyankopon ho aba. The first one, the judgment of the Lord, and the second one, the salvation of the Lord. In this verse, the prophet Isaiah speaks directly to the people of Israel, and by extension all of us. Turn to me and be saved, munyina, all you ends of the earth, for I am God and there is no other. This morning, I do not know what is on your heart and what is breaking you. Minimu di ebubu, minimu di action wa sign, but ene dan in every radio, dan in every radio, dan in every baby wakwa dubia, dan in every radio. It really doesn't matter the extent of their weakness, eradi. All of us. Amen. May God bless us. Amen. And keep us on alert. For we will defeat Satan. Amen. My people, the ever to say, go. Surely Satan will be defeated. Amen. May God bless you. May he make his face to shine upon you and grant you grace. Amen. Now, set me the agenda.
So finally, realize that this week there were a lot of issues on who Mahama is going to choose and all that as his partner. But finally, the partner. Partner for elections. So the speculations has started.
Is it partner?
And then, it's not any partner for election 2024. No. The beautiful Lodina, no.
Okay, right.
So this
partner
is a partner for the
2024
elections.
Okay.
So the name is out amidst other names that were mentioned, but this particular one stands out.
We'll give you details of it. Which name?
Which name?
Maybe it's me or it's Miss Na.
or maybe it's the producer behind, or guy at the top.
No, guy, you won't do that job.
Okay.
All right, the next one.
A friend is saying, President ebe kind so na no oka say dum so be ni Ghana ha. Na so doom so na ko do parliament.
All right. So not knowing.
Obikwa koka elevator.
Not knowing say ma light of if you know na the seat of parliament if you can see so light off. Yeah, tete crash obika elevator mu. Erade empowering next time.
I don't need to experience that thing. Staying stuck in an elevator.
Well, we'll give you more details than that. So the last one, if you have.
I think it was a Wednesday, you know. The anti-gay bill was passed. Now we are waiting for the president to assent to append his signature. But U.S. ambassador Enso Abe cautioned Ghanaians on the anti-LGBTQ bill.
Asembe kra yeti ekrumu na ya bia yesi epe obi foforo. Adofo mama ye nyina ye mum ne yenye Ghana ni you. And by this it goes all of us. If you don't keep your home well, another person will give you instructions. But we'll give you the details, this and many others on
and then your first match. Only month go.
Therefore,
this is the month of our motherland.
All right, the month of our motherland.
Yes. Indeed, from Monday, who say software she ni beats ka cry. Also who say Ghana month. Also who say Ghana month muna ya shasia. But I say na Friday ni na ya koni low sana. But Monday ekono, and then we who but this month here set the agenda be. It's a whole month of the past and then the present. We are comparing what usually used to happen then and then now. Into this month, no, the whole of March. If you are watching us, this is the only thing we'll be telling you. Niama ACC war, the olden days, and then how we are doing it also in these times. Yes.
I think it's also very important that we let our viewers know, say, in this month of March, we'll be bringing you a lot of historical antecedents, a lot of historical antecedents. You can be sure, says Sorena Sharon, so the authentic historical facts, the things in the past and things in the now. We are.
And then asem kesi yeso e bebisa say then na ye maame mo omo ya mo marriage etimi gina because that time no na a lot of career women, any men, any shared any horse, but they were able to hold their marriages down. But this time, the contemporary way, what are we doing? You kwa na eko chinam na ijanam ni mu na sa told you ni mu na eko.
Okay.
It's a divorce. Divorce assembly. Yes, I am twice. Okay, said last week no. Yes, shall say. But this time we are going to compare the olden days to this time and what we are doing right and what we are not doing. That is actually hindering us from having successful marriages.
All right. Yes. So the month of our motherland, Sorena Shen will bring you all these exciting facts into the present. Now, beyond that, you are sure that we come with you with our Pomodin insurance will come. And after insurance, now we'll take the hottest seat today. And ask questions. Questions that married people must know.
That is it.
Okay.
I want to say thank you to our sponsors for supporting us, for holding us up until today. They are always here with us. Downwall Insurance for all your insurance needs, including your public liability insurance policy, your personal accident policy, home protection, workman's compensation, and the motor insurance. Call 0242-439-488 or 0302-763-065.
All right. Your favorite Methodist University will not leave you alone when it comes to academics. For first degree or second degree and even your PhD, you can be sure we say we are the Center for Excellence, Morality, and Service. The month of February is over, but we are still doing late admissions. If you come, we are sure to prepare you for your next life. All you students, please don't sit at home. Grab a form and come to us. Methodist University.
Mekanisadia, and after Lent, you have to eat. And eating good food and the spices that is added to the food. Because so try out the beef and the chicken spice, the fish spice, the curry and nutmeg, ginger, garlic powder, jollof rice spice, noodle and spaghetti mix, sankofa stew, and sankofa soup mix. And I bet you this weekend is going to take you to another level. For bulk purchase, contact 0555 603 143. No MSG, no preservative, no salt.
All right. Money is difficult to find these days, but there is a credible loan people. Ope besia go besia huni asem besia obo obetumi tua ntemu a we are recommending multi-credit for you. Their offices are scattered all over the country. Go to multi-credit and talk to them about your financial needs. Remember, you can also save with them. Multi-credit, they are the loans people.
Now, are you a company, are you a church looking for church clothes, looking for Friday wear for your workers? This is the only place for you. If you are going to have your wedding, you want your wedding gown sewn for you. You want Friday wears, you want a cassock. I was told to me talk cassock, Eddie Cheo Sofo. Order it from MIPL. And our MIPL is located just inside the Grant House, adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral, or call 0242 122787.
Yeah. I think that
KFK.
KFK.
Well, mommy discounted right. So there you KFK.
All right. So yesterday at KFK, I asked how things are going, and we are very, very happy for your patronage. But you go so far and want to go a little bit higher and higher and higher. KFK is located right in the Wesley Towers. They serve food from the morning and afternoon, including the
dinner. Me, I like the local dish.
Well, so they have all the local, all the continental. You can even do a takeaway or even order in bulk. You may say sometimes for a weekend like this, you may want a soup, you may want some stew to take home for the weekend. You can talk to KFK and they will sort you out. KFK, we are so grateful.
Yeah, so take a quick turn. When we return, we'll sit down and give you the highlights. Hey, did I say no? We've done the highlights already. So we'll bring you details of the story. Do stay with us.
Sana yenuma sese die sankofa natural spices adarumanti jabehu ne senti yemfa ya pomudi ni agobio Ghana fuani age efi say ya your local spices na ya frafra dia ya sankofa natural spices and what dance die ni die e dross bebre tie dia fufuo kafa sankofa natural spices
as a busy career woman I save so much time now me trick garlic when Tiani ade ewa asenkamu you sankofa natural spice at some breast super na me de gumi jollof mu ne me still ahuduma emane dance
Stanley, the barbecue they go on and with sankofa natural spices I'm started at one time and my name is dead
Rekese ewa sankofa natural spices modida me de yemi soups na me customers into me huja eti de bia na me choba higher
na fufuro cry ye dia beka sankofa natural spices didi
COVID tiger nut powder yakofa ediaba we ifi COVID organic foods for ensem ne ye ka ho asem no eye atadie ya tadua ane ya hata ye wie ne esi debi ye di fam fidiem ni ya yam enti bibiye wom bia no eye organic ankasa ne ye ka ne se ne so no ede oyo bema oyo ba na wutie wofu ede wani mu no esomro so woni maame papa bi a wo wasichire yare bi anase moja broso anase moja ne krenti mi nie fusane a misro COVID tiger nut powder enu achi no ye ka ne say ya ye ntua wo a oyo ba tan na wo ma bo friend fu wo hie ni fuso pa e wo se wunya bi na ba betimi afre afaso 0244 78 76 39 and 0558 400 265 COVID tiger nut powder akoya ne 2 in 1 it's winya bitwa o tu tikenu o tu hunye Eya pombi papa e na odi ama wo.
Say dwedie nkratui. FDA ahwehwem agye atom se eye.
KFK Foods is an award-winning world-class restaurant with over 10 years experience in both local and continental dishes. We render services for parties, cafeteria services for schools and hospitals, individuals, corporates and institutions, as well as groups who want to treat their partners to delicious meals and services. We have all local and international dishes, including banku with tilapia, fufu with light soup, fried rice with grilled or fried chicken, assorted fried rice, fish with chips, noodles and spaghetti, pizzas, pastries, shawarma, beef and chicken sauces. All kinds of breakfast baskets in Accra. Locate us at the Ambassadorial Enclave on the first floor of the 𝗟𝗏𝗡 Towers at 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. from Monday to Saturday. In Tema, locate us at Community 25 Annex, where the event center is located at 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. from Monday to Sunday. For all orders, call us on 0244 637647 or WhatsApp us on 050 33171153. KFK Foods, you deserve it. A faith-based television company is looking for sales and marketing executives who have the ability to prepare sales proposals, must have good customer relation skills and excellent interpersonal skills, must have good understanding of advertising, must be computer literate, must not be intimidated in working outside sales, must be self-motivated and self-starters, must have good communication skills, both written and verbal. Being a Methodist and previous sales experience in television or radio will be an added advantage. All applicants must have a university degree or relevant qualification in sales and marketing. Interested applicants should email their CVs to @wesleytvofficial@gmail.com or deliver to the front desk of WTV offices at the following locations. In Accra, locate us at the Grant House adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral in Adabraka. In Kumasi, KO, in Rome, Ashtown, or any of the diocesan offices of the Methodist Church Ghana. For further enquiries, contact 059 311 0733 or 0244 724087.
Safiana will be a year with television in India, and na Sorena showing so anna ye way. You do the so nemum ye bema watching amawa kwaba. And then some hoodwana na ye de bremo. And so as we do as usual, Miss Na will start with us. Prof Nana Jane Opoku Ajimai. Partner. Tina na ka partner. That be partner, partner. You have to explain partner. This one is a running mate partner.
This is against elections and not partner in the context you are thinking sense. About.
Yes, that partner yes. Mama Kuma say, hey. Anyway, so what is the full story?
And so the flag bearer of the opposition National Democratic Congress, John Dramani Mahama, has maintained Professor Nana Jane Opoku Agyeman as his running mate for the 2024 presidential elections. The former education minister, Professor Opoku Agyeman, partnered former president in the 2020 elections. Apart from Professor Opoku Agyeman, whose name appeared to be the favorite candidate for the running mate position, names including former Chief of Staff to President Mahama, Julius Deborah, and economist Dr. 𝗟𝗏𝗡 Thompson, Member of Parliament for Isunafo Eric Opoku, and retired Police Commissioner Nathan Kofi Boakye were rumored to be part of Mr. Mahama's option. I want to tell you that further. Okay, so the statement issued and signed by the party's General Secretary, 𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 of the NDC's constitution. Mr. 𝗟𝗍𝗘 further disclosed that the meeting with the party's Council of Elders is scheduled to take place on Thursday, March 7 at 11 a.m. to deliberate on the nomination.
Eja ababedu eye NDC for asweye anewo. Ora Mahama nansen na ebeto dwa na bi komode owe na obefa no Ora Julius Debra Ora Thompson na obefa no ye say ye nyina ye de aso ebeto form na yahwe we de eye ade a ko wankrata afa ye nuanom television phone bi so afa eninam wiemu nanso afi na party na nkasa eba bi si jinabe na ode ne nsa asisu sa ampa said ye koni but ye bomu a na kire se eye ye maame Professor Jane na ye nyina aso ate se yanhwa ana se ye wura mama eyi no ana so obeyi no
so you know nti aka say empenyimfo no beji atum say
sabe ewe hyase so ono na obedbo na chidom ana say obe ne running mate na election 2024 no ode na ko nti hu say yewura mahama ono na ne photo eda ballot paper no so na che say maami bi so ene tan na chiri said ye beye bia no party amaya to ase say afei na omoba betena se no magye ato nti say de even say atesem for now. All right, and so to our next story, some KCSU and Kefikesiemu de Nanga Yenshe say or light ebeko, but we are hearing that there was doomso in Parliament. Now, what is the full story?
So Parliament experienced a power outage on Thursday, February 29 during the day's proceedings, and legislators were debating President Akufo-Addo's recent State of the Nation address. Outgoing Deputy Minister for Finance Abena Osei-Asare was on the floor defending the President's address when the power went off. It triggered chants of doomsor from the minority side. However, the power was restored a few minutes later. The House was also disconnected due to a 23 million Ghana cedi debt owed to the Electricity Company of Ghana, and the company's task force executed the disconnection after the House failed to settle the arrears. The office complex of members of parliament, that's the Job 600, was also affected. This development comes as many Ghanaians are already complaining of erratic power supply. Now, the minority spokesperson on Mines and Energy, John Jinapo, said the power outages are due to government's inability to purchase fuel for the country's thermal plant. Speaking in Parliament, he highlighted the persistent and consistent load shedding by the country's power generation company. Mr. Jinapo revealed that on February 28, there was a massive power deficit of 530 megawatts, which resulted in power cuts to neighboring countries such as Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, and Togo.
Nansia na ye papa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency, Oko, Parliament, de nadu disem. Ye manu to me say, on show my so. It said your man no nijina be any ne bobreti no. Or the koko to Parliament enim any Ghana phone na the friend State of the Nation's address. No jina so kasa say die kania ni jina so. Unya koto kania eba begu umita so a. Ejina so pa nyinam kania ejina so. Na ye nyina na ye kasa papa de wo kan yampa enyampa. Na nansen oswafo a ohwe sika so na bedi echire maame Osei-Asare ono na wo chire mu se ye papa Akufo-Addo nyoma bibra waye no waye na de na ejina mu ne se dumso ne de waye hu adwuma pa na no ensi kra ana yete se light off ekọ ewo parliament bia ho ayesum na yeso obi a na ojina left mu a offer me sure say na say woko say third floor say second floor baby floor bi ana okoko kemu enti asemu ayedi to edwa na no na NDC ni baako a ono no ehwe enyinam nsem so ana na ono no ekase yura Jinapo kase asem ni nyina ne se sese no aban entumi enya sika odebeto fuel na fe ode ahye ni generators mo betimi dia generate powers ni nyina said ye tie bia ye de ya na ye kase ye paniye enti ya amunye ni yie emmayen. So we are going to the fact that authorities told to offer clarity to public on recent power outage. Yegusu ewo enyinam nsam so. Now, what is the authority saying?
So the executive director of the Africa Center for Energy Policy, 𝗟𝗑𝗏, Benjamin 𝗦𝗏𝗏, says the public needs more information about the power outages to plan their lives and adjust accordingly. Mr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 said that the recent power outage has been caused by a combination of factors, including the shutdown of some power plants and a shortage of fuel. He stated that some of the plants relied on by the country are unable to provide stable power because there is a fuel shortage. Mr. 𝗏𝗏𝗏 pointed to a management crisis within the power sector and said that the Energy Commission needs to ensure that all systems are working properly, as any failure in one part of the system can affect the entire system, which would result in power outage. According to him, the Ghana grid company Quarcoo, the company that manages the power grid, is not investing enough in updating and expanding the grid. He stated that a growing population and development in the country is increasing the demand of power, and in order to meet these growing demand, the government and Quarcoo needs to make significant investments in expanding and strengthening the grid.
Owura Benjamin 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, our executive director, the African Center for Energy Policy, you trying to say 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, or no say mwa moshe enyinamoso ofa Quarcoo ofa 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 nankasa and be cry independent power producers na ehu be hia se timemufo mu be kire yen se dum so aba se mayo se mudum no so a se de be ya yen nyina betimi ahwehwe ya brabo se de be ya nye se upie fifie se wo kwadwuma mu a na wache se yedum light no na bia wo fridge ne woni omakra esisoso na na no otufu se bibia yen nyina betimi aye na yede aboa no yenye ne mo na mmom edwumaku a yede mosi ho se mommoa na enyinamu emra yen timamufo so de se momma yen calendar bi ana nhyehyeye bi ebetimi de ahwe na sa dum so se bawo se maayo ne etimi de ahyehyeye ya brabo de ka yeni beje point no na Owura Benjamin 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 ode tudwa sesia amayin. Okay, so let's go to the US ambassador who is speaking to us all Ghanaians.
So the ambassador of the United States to Ghana, Virginia Evelyn Palmer, has expressed her discontent with the recent passage of the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill by the Ghanaian Parliament on Wednesday, February 28, 2024. The bill, commonly known as the Anti-Gay Bill, criminalizes and proscribes LGBTQ activities, drawing criticism from various quarters, including key figures like Professor Audrey Gajepo, the board chair of the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana. In a Facebook post on Thursday, February 29, the ambassador conveyed her sadness regarding the bill's approval. She highlighted concerns about its potential harm to the nation's economy, reputation, and public health and order. The bill stipulates penalties, including a 6-month to a 3-year jail term for individuals engaged in LGBTQ activities and a 3 to 5-year jail term for promoters and sponsors of such activities. Expressing her dismay, Ambassador Palmer emphasized that the bill not only infringes on the basic human rights of the LGBTQ community, but also undermines the constitutional rights of all Ghanaians, including freedom of speech, assembly, and press. She said, and I quote, "I am saddened because some of the smartest, most creative, most decent people I know are LGBT. The bill Parliament passed takes away not only their basic human rights, but those of all Ghanaians because it undermines their constitutional rights to freedom of speech, freedom of assembly, and freedom of the press."
Mami Virginia Evelyn Palmer ojina US aban anemu ewo Ghana de beka se oye ambassador no ono so ede na ndi semu aba betudwa o ka kire Ghana fo ye na yeti yekro na ye na yato abama amanyofo bi ayeso monko parliament no monko hwehwe mraman ana yenya atimamufo aka kire ye parliamentarians se ne epe ana mo akọ hwehwe mra se de Ghana mamramu no Se oba ne oba enya yonkofa ye bra afi bema eni bema soso nya ayonkofa eye empam ayonkofa ye bra ya mamre ene yesom emfoaso enti nansen eye Parliament of Ghana ehia ye Right Honorable 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 edi eye enimu ama yeji tu mu asese ye twen na ye papa Kufuado ode ni signature kese ahyase na be ye mrakra na no na mama Evelyn eka se we die etia enipa fa hudie esanse onu ni susu emu de oni nkrofo bebre wo krom ha ebi kra ye mpanifo mo eka eye LGBTQ we ho enti se koba ne sa na ye ka omokasa boa ahye omoyem afi so wo mo fa hudi a omode betena se enipa e wasaase so wo Ghana no ya gye sa fa hudi nyina efio nti na we de ekokobo no de bo Ghana for se Ghana for mra ya amache man we ya asotwe kese ana eba moso ene ye bisa se maami Evelyn ni asotwe ben ye ne yeti yekuru ana yese sa na yepe no na emum se de story ne tie no ana ma chirichiri mu eno ana ma chirichiri mu amamo me de me ye chia me na eka na ma chirichiri mu nti se de mes na aka ye no sa na me soso me de atodwa but yenko the next story Bawumia played a critical role in current economic mess. He can't be absolved. Ontimi nye mate on kasa mate and driver them all did they drive.
Former rector of the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, Professor 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, is insisting that Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia cannot evade accountability for the economic challenges faced during President Akufo-Addo's tenure. He asserted that as the head of the economic management team, Dr. Bawumia played a crucial role in the country's economy and therefore cannot absolve himself of responsibility. According to Professor 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, accountability and taking ownership of shortcomings are essential qualities of a good leader, and Dr. Bawumia must embody these traits. He said that any attempt by Dr. Bawumia and his associates to justify his driver and mate analogy would be perceived as an insult to the intelligence of the Ghanaian people.
Papa, Professor 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, onona okase. Empenifo ne bu baby say tikro enko ejina enti wo Ghana mamramu no enhyehyɛ wo ho sɛ si eyi obi a sɛ onko gina na yento ne so aba no meye mampani a enipa ba akopɛ ene ehu ne photo ni ne din e wo ye ballot paper so na emum o abedi akire enti ensusu emu die abedi akire bia so eboa wo ya wo som no enti na 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Professor okase say yewura Bawumia His Excellency eka se woni de mate no wodie na emum driver wo twi ehyen woni eni kasobomu bia eni nkitamu bia dia ene no ka se enyampa kra se wo mate obekasa esane se bibia wo boss ene wo master eyobia woni no ene yo edu baby kra na se master kase nani ekum ana se ne ho mfa no otimi frɛ mate se mate betwika no na yenkontu ye den ka se bibia akɔ eye bone bia wo Ghana ha efa economy no wo de wo nka ho to say obi e frɛ no kandini papa ene obi oje ne mfom so otumu na afi onyi ne ho emfiri eye emfomso ni enti na Papa 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 ka se driver and mate they are all the same because they are in the same car. All right, so to our last story.
The next story. You want us to read it?
The last story. Well, so I mean, when I also heard this story, I don't know what the import of it was, but maybe just a paragraph.
Okay, so despite a challenging economic environment, Ghana marked by high inflation. Oh, let me take it again. Despite a challenging economic environment in Ghana marked by high inflation and currency depreciation, Scancom PLC, known as MTN Ghana, reported a successful year in 2023. The company announced a profit of 3.98 billion Ghana cedis and declared a dividend of 0.175 Ghana cedis per share in its audited 2023 financial report released yesterday. Min kind you.
Me cross me church as you. Ye kaya na yakano. Ye kaya na yakano. So let's go to the newspapers right now.
Yes.
And as we go to the newspapers, we know that we have the ever beautiful.
Oh yes, definitely.
Miss 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘.
Oh, if you know.
I always want to
make. But MTN for Muya Misiri. Only make Muya scan free. Calls kakra.
Me say I am not even.
Police are say you can. On the was really ad.
Me fam betri biem. Me fam betri biem.
Hey, ASMO.
Inti say you bomb my baso say o ma GC.
Oh, there be. Yet me bomb my baso. I say yet me be so say if we fa.
All right. So
okay.
Let's just move
Miss
on.
Rachel, good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. What is MTN for Munis Kappa?
Matepan.
Better than data born. Me the data na ne ha me.
Sir.
Hey. Data na se me enka. Enti se se how you be sha say free him fa.
Eye ende obenem bosome ne da a edikan wo 2024 afi mu no. Eye nkowa krata a ye de sha say eye the daily graphic, and on their banner headline it reads, "It's John and Jane again." Enti wo sha ubehu ya mame Professor Nana Jane 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗍𝗻 ni foni fefefe edaso. Amend law to provide compensation for defiled victims, says judge. Assent to LGBTQ+ bill. Christian Council and others appeal to president. Supreme Court dismisses child rights suits on streetism, and that can be found on page 13 of the Daily Graphic. 𝗟𝗚𝗏𝗍𝗻 Daily Guide is next, and Mahama picks Jane again. Mixed reactions greet anti-gay bill. Nana Anes Yakubu Tally. SML doubles JRA petroleum revenue, and that one can be found on page 6 of the Daily Guide. Quarcoo ediso the Ghanaian Times. It's Professor Jane 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗻 again. Global effort vital in tackling migration, says President Akufo-Addo. Mixed reactions greets passage of LGBTQ+ bill. Parliament begins sooner debate, and that is on page 4 of the Ghanaian Times. 𝗟𝗚𝗏𝗍𝗻 Quarcoo yeduso daily analyst. They say without fear or favor. NDC running mate Mahama picks Nana 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗻 again. ECG disconnects Parliament over 23 million Ghana cedis debt. Youth urged to take interest in natural resource government. Tears flow at Gomwa Budumbram. Anti-gay bill will hurt Ghana's international reputation economy, says U.S. ambassador to Ghana. Entino ye guso ye 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 Quarcoo ye duso the new finder. Sorghum production bolstered with Ghana's significant investment. Dumso hits Parliament as minority task government to fix it. Housing Ministry outlines 2024 priorities at retreat, and that is on page 9 of the New Finder newspaper. Yeguso 𝗟𝗚𝗏𝗏𝗏 newspaper yeduso Republic Press. US warns Ghana over LGBTQ move. Dumso pressure hits government as ECG disconnects Parliament. First Lady donates ambulance to Huni Valley Health Care. I oppose the passage of the anti-gay bill into law, says the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights. And I share page 11 of Republic Press, and so task force impounds 1,450 gallons of smuggled vegetable oil at CMB market. Enti enono ewo page 11 of the Republic Press. Yet twaso you do the Chronicle newspaper. GRA rakes in 12 billion Ghana cedis from SML operations. Kojopon Nkrumah hits the ground running. Assemblies of God donates relief items to flood victims, and countries start arriving for 13 African Games. And no, the Chronicle newspaper. Daily Post Quarcoo, Mahama promises to include private secondary schools in free SHS program. It's a tragedy that Akufo-Addo became president for Ghana. Suyini ena okasa asemi. Be transparent with Ghanaians on current power crisis. Kofi Boa to government. Way ena award the Daily Post. Quarcoo. Yet twaso the Daily Dispatch. NDC's 2024 president ticket, John Mahama and Nana Opoku Ajimai. I will be surprised if president signs anti-LGBT bill, says Tichua. Na sa Quarcoo no sofo me bisa. I don't know about you. Will you be surprised, Miss Na? Will you be surprised
if the president signs it?
Exactly.
It won't. One way it will be a surprise. The other way it wouldn't be a surprise, because this is something that have been done. We shouldn't even bring it to the table. Okay. So if he is coming to talk about it or to sign it, then that's it. We are good to go. Okay. Whether or not any of the high commissioners talk about it, we have signed it already. Still
on the Daily Dispatch, we will go to court if president assents to LGBT plus bill. Audrey Gadgetpo. 8 years in opposition, and your only campaign message is 24-hour economy. A year than butchery and all sa asemi atre yen papa Mahama. Yeah, twaso accord the Daily Searchlight Quarcoo. 3 hospital beds for a population of 9,000 at Yahima. Authorities call for help. Ladade Kotopong NPP brawls over decision to impose parliamentary candidate. Inmate commits suicide in police cells. The Fourth Republic has been resilient, says Senator Rollins, and that is also in the Daily Searchlight newspaper. Weekend crusading guide Quarcoo and Yedusoi. Fallout from passage of anti-LGBTQ bill. Fuamwenin dares gay activists to go to court. Housing Ministry holds retreat to outline 2024 priorities. Asing Fosu hotbed for human trafficking and bank fraud, says Iyoko. Accreditation opens for 3rd African Media Convention. Apollonia residents enraged accuse police and national security of protecting land guards. Apollonia residents Omubwe Fupa, they are accusing the police for protecting land guards in their vicinity. Yet twaso Quarcoo yeduso the Inquisitor. On their banner headline it reads, Baumia's running mate, Pentecost in quirky plots. So now 2024, Atofos and dribbles Nana. Andy Kankam's mother journeys home tomorrow. MPs, ministers, government officials must touch base, says Majority Leader. NT Majority Leader Afenyomaken Nifoni Daho Fefefe. 1,194,862 students could not honor their admissions despite free SHS. This is a report in the Inquisitor newspaper. The new trust, the Rubokrata and Yedusoi. 2024 polls, I trust you to give me victory, Dr. Baumia to his campaign team. And there's an exclusive in the New Trust newspaper that says Mahama to retain Professor Nana Opoku Ajimai as running mate. NPP constituency executives must be proactive to break the 8, say John edges. Breaking the 8 has become very narrow for Bawumia, Professor 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗍𝗓 declares, and wenum nyina ewo the New Trust newspaper mu. The Robocrata ediso the Informer, and they say nothing but the truth. Corruption now chameleon in Ghana. Politicians behind organized crime, 𝗟𝗚𝗩𝗘 reveals. Nigerians will manage plant, Jospon Group. Health danger as world experiences cholera vaccine shortage, and that is on page 3 of the Informer newspaper. Now to the final newspaper, the Robocrata 𝗟𝗓𝗓𝗍𝗓 and the Ghanaian Observer. They say truth stands, observing Ghana in truth. On their banner headline, NPP House outperformed NDC across all sectors, says Vice President Bawumia. Akufo-Addo appoints Dr. Da Costa Aboagye as NHIA CEO. Dan Botwe predicts victory for Vice President Bawumia in December. Poll says NPP flag bearer will secure over 50% votes. U.S. deeply troubled by anti-LGBTQ+ bill passage. And that is it for ende obenem bosome edikan ewo afe 2024.
All right. Inti Mama Rachel, yes, we have read that. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Dear friends, Hannah, DC a year. The Ubonkrata, Mama Rachel, Lady Abraham. Ye try and one by a bar. Ye babe Jim Rena fe ye din komo. Kai se en komodi die mono. Utimi Efrain, o fra mesre. No ama, o volume na kofom. Ana no adwom no kra. Na fe woni yen edin komo. Ye try and one by a bar. Ye beko the second part of the Dero segment. See you soon.
A faith-based television company is looking for sales and marketing executives who have the ability to prepare sales proposals, must have good customer relation skills and excellent interpersonal skills, must have good understanding of advertising, must be computer literate, must not be intimidated in working outside sales, must be self-motivated and self-starters, must have good communication skills, both written and verbal. Being a Methodist and previous sales experience in television or radio will be an added advantage. All applicants must have a university degree or relevant qualification in sales and marketing. Interested applicants should email their CVs to wesleytvofficial@gmail.com or deliver to the front desk of WTV offices at the following locations: in Accra, located at the Grant House adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral in Adabraka; in Kumasi, KO, in Rome, Ashtown, or any of the diocesan offices of the Methodist Church Ghana. For further enquiries, contact 059 311 0733 or 0244 724087.
How does the story of old influence decisions and lifestyles of today? How can we tread the path to salvation based on past events? Why is history important, and how can it inspire the future? Another says, a generation which ignores history has no past and no future. Join us in a talk show program.
Tell me the old story.
Right here on Wesleyan Television, as we engage knowledgeable people with facts in history that will influence our present and shape our future.
Make a date with us every Saturday at 7 p.m.
as we delve deep into our history. God bless you.
Tell me the old story. Brought to you by the Heritage Directorate of the Methodist Church Ghana.
All right, so welcome back and thanks for joining us again. But we've been joined by a seasoned journalist, 𝗟𝗜�10 This time he's going to be our discussant for Dero. Good morning and welcome.
Morning.
It looks like today you had to be here early. You didn't sleep.
God made it happen that way.
You didn't sleep.
I lost them.
Oh, okay. Yeah. It's normal. It's normal for us.
Working behind the clock.
Oh, yeah, Semo. But how's the week been for you? Today is Friday.
It's been, of course, the whole week. The focus has been the State of the Nation address. That has been the mainstay of the week, and everybody has been talking about it. I was not excited, and I think I've
well, you were
made that
expecting
point.
Something to be said, and they didn't
No, I
say
was expecting a truthful account of of the state. I felt that the president just embellished, the
it's
whole.
In your kind, eh?
I say, on his own state from where he sits or what he wants Ghana to be, and not exactly what Ghana is. So I don't know. I didn't really like the idea.
Okay. But to this morning we have about 5 stories. The very last one, the MTN thing, which I will still try to dodge again, no matter what it is. But for this early morning, we are having very authentic and credible news about the fact that Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman is to partner Mahama again as running mate, and almost all the newspapers and television stations.
Yes. So, from a journalistic point of view, I would have wanted to see it on the president's official Facebook page. Why am I saying so?
You mean the ex-president?
The ex-president, John Dramani Mahama. Now, that would give it, there is an English word.
Authenticity.
Yes, imprimatur. So we know that, if Mahama is the one saying it, it's like someone, it's like you go and post somebody that you're going to marry the person, and the two of you have social media accounts, and we are not seeing the same indication on the person's, it begins to raise, and again, the reason it is looking doubtful for me is that I don't know if I can, I would have looked for the statement.
You can go ahead and look for it.
I'll look for it, but the NDC released a press statement, I think just 3 days ago, that they have received from Mahama a letter to the effect that he has named the running mates, and then they will have a meeting on the 7th of March to decide on who the running mate is. Okay, then all of a sudden today it pops up. It doesn't logically, respectfully make a lot of sense, because so Mahama of course has a choice, but it has to be vetoed by the hierarchy of the party. Has that been done?
No.
So if we now see, snipers in the and this is not the first time we are seeing someone being tipped. Okay, last week a lot of names have come up. So I'm very careful in taking it as a truthful account.
So what were you expecting?
I wasn't even expecting anything. Okay, of course she has been. What I know personally is that there have been a lot of conversations to replace her for a number of good reasons. That I know, that I can confirm. But I wasn't expecting it to be this way. And she herself, has she shared anything? If we may want to check, has she posted
social media platforms?
anything?
Well, we do not know, but it can be checked from behind.
Exactly. So, and her supporters are, or the people who I know were even fronting for her, if this is true, they will be the ones who will take it to the market. Yesterday, I bothered to check on some of their platforms, and all of them were quiet. And I was asking, this is supposed to be good news. This is what you are looking for. Why are we not seeing it? Then I said, it could be an attempt to compel Mahama to act. Okay. So
no, but the fact that it is on the Daily Graphic.
That is
there's nothing on her page. There's nothing on her page.
Absolutely. No. Okay, so
there's nothing on her Facebook page.
She would have.
There's nothing there. Yeah.
Now, I don't want to make certain comments, but I know very well if that is indeed the case, she of all people
should have posted it.
Today I received with gladness. You know how they call it, but it's maybe it will come this afternoon, or maybe after this conversation it will come. But as of now, and yes, the fact that it's on the major portals, they can make mistakes.
You see, these major portals we are talking about are credible sources.
Of course, but they are not infallible. They are credible, but they can fall. So Me, I know.
Well,
I think you should.
I
know
you
where
have a point.
Yes,
you have a point.
and I'm coming from a certain place of information too. I just realized that it looks like it's a ploy to tie Mahama's hand. Okay, that now if you remember in 2020, for example, who didn't know that Dr. 𝗛𝘆𝗲 was going to become Mahama's running mate? The news changed, I think, 2 hours to that particular press conference. Why am I saying this, or how come I know this? I was contracted to do a couple of things, putting 1 or 2 things together, scripting it. So we all knew, oh, Mama is coming to. Then some 2 hours to the thing, everybody said, so where did Prof. Jane? Nobody saw Prof. Jane come. No, absolutely nobody. And even with this current information, there is another gentleman in the picture. I don't want to mention his name. His supporters have already done graphics. They've congratulated him as the new running mate. Wow. Yesterday, they almost also
Is it part of
it.
the list that was shared, including the communique? There were other names mentioned, including Nana J.
I have not even.
Let me read.
I think maybe he may be part of them, but he's an unfamiliar figure. Very. I mean, somebody who is not in the conversation.
So apart from Professor Jane Ajiman, whose name appeared to be the favorite candidate of the running mate position, names including the former chief of staff to President Mahama, Julius Debra, an economist, Dr. 𝗟𝗡𝗙 Thompson, member of Parliament for Esunafo, 𝗟𝗜𝗙𝗘, and retired police commissioner Nathan Kofi Boakye.
His name is not even part of
Oh, wow.
His name is not part of it. No, but his artworks and everything. Everything is right, but his name is not even here.
Wow.
You see, so that's why
we will be shocked.
We'll be shocked.
So should the NDC elders come again?
You see, a lot of politics go into some of these things. Sometimes they are testing the market. Sometimes all of this could be a test of the market. At the end of the day, their defense would be that, did you see us say that Prof. Jane is substantively running mate?
They said they are meeting on the 7th.
They said they are meeting. We've not said anything.
Today.
So that would be their escape. So sometimes they want to test the waters. This woman...
Or they want to see the comments that come after she has been named.
Exactly. Does she still have the popularity? Is she still, gathering that kind of momentum for us? Respectfully, I think they are just testing the waters.
Well, but let's assume without admitting that she's the one. I think the way most of the credible portals have carried it, she carries some momentum.
No, the credible portals just want news.
It's been unanimous.
Everybody, they are driving a particular.
It's been unanimous.
You see, if I'm a communication strategist, and I am vouching for Prof. Jane, I'm part of her campaign outfit, and I'm fronting vigorously for her. Of course, it's just a matter of crafting the story, aligning all the portals, and making them publish and flowing it, so that it gives it that kind of strength. Oh, people like the way we are saying, oh, have you seen it? My John has it.
And today everybody will be discussing.
Just to give it, that's agenda setting. If you are setting agenda, you bring everybody on board just to create an impression. But that impression may not be true.
And so, theory.
It could. I'm saying. I mean, the basic indicators. John Mahama himself would have gone to Facebook and have. John Mahama himself would have done that.
The Facebook page
you won't find it. That was the first place. That was the first place I went yesterday. If he had done it, end of story. Then. The people who are very close to him, I'm talking about the National Communications Officer of the party, Sammy Jimfi, the likes of Felix Quarcoo, all the top-notch communicators.
They would have come to.
Nobody is talking about anything. Is it the fact that they don't endorse the decision by Mahama? It can't be so.
Well, but you see, the fact is that the news is being carried through, and there is also another news that there is going to be an official meeting on the 7th. So maybe why don't we wait till on the 7th and that's substantiated?
Exactly the point.
So why do we bother ourselves?
So 4 days ago, ex-president posted something on the Ghana CEO Network business. He posted something on Damongo. He posted the flyer later. He posted the fact that he spoke at the launch of the 2024 annual week celebration of something. Now he came back to Access Bank, and then now he posted something on Muslims. And then, of course, the last one, 8 hours ago, he posted, I am honored to have met with the National Muslim Conference of Ghana.
So, but he has gone to, but in the press, he has gone to marry a woman.
Yes.
And the wedding
pictures are not there.
It doesn't make any, it doesn't add up. Let me put it that way. It doesn't really add up for me.
Have you experienced them so these days?
Everybody does.
This week.
But
my place, I haven't experienced them so the whole of the week.
Even before we go there, let's just draw a proper cutting on this discussion because it's going to go through the morning into the afternoon, even into the evening.
Of
so,
course.
actually, for the end, can I say, see, I artist, we say, portals, nibi bebrena no, ye jo mutum na kase ye maame Jane, ananka, obebo ye papa, Mahama Chidom, but. NDC hierarchy ne say omunya enhia enka say eyesa anansa enti kosi say ye bete say de sa na ekono NDC hierarchy no so de womonsa ahyase no for now there we'll all keep up the speculation in that manner.
And I think I like the way we've couched it on the television media. Project. It's a projection.
Yeah, it's a projection.
It should be understood as a projection.
It's a projection. Yeah, it's a projection.
So it could be changed.
And it could be changed if it has even been decided already.
Yeah.
What I know is that the fellow on the table meetings that we had yesterday.
Do you think she's capable? She's capable of doing this.
So what we are doing is that we are not discussing the nominated running mate. We are discussing the projected
running mate.
It ends the story.
But you think she can do the job?
As for competence, I think I made that point here somewhere last 2 weeks that now when it comes to vice presidency, I don't think we need a competent human being, a competent fellow to be a vice president. I made that point clear because after all, your role is advisory, and it is all subject to the will of the will and the pleasure of the president. So that is not to say we should also put a daft fellow there. But even if you are extremely competent and the president is not minding you, I mean that's how come Bawumia came to tell us that he has only been a driver's mate and his pieces of advice were
so
not needed.
Finally we hear a news that is presupposing that sometimes some I wouldn't say all some governments don't take we the citizens very serious because we all had started complaining there were light of here, there were this and that, and now in the House of Parliament, the House of Records. So now it's gone into the archives. That 𝗛𝘆𝗲𝗿𝗘.
Yeah.
And I understand somebody is being spotted to have been kept in the left when the 𝗛𝘆𝗲𝗿𝗘. I have not seen that.
It is actually,
I
confirmed
the video is
it.
going viral.
I confirmed it. So
viral.
the fellow was locked, and there are two issues. I was reading on it a while ago that either it was quite technical. What occasioned it? It was quite technical, but evidently the outage was also responsible. Yeah. So that's the bit on it.
But
so,
I know that for some of these lifts, when there is a light off, there is a mechanism that keeps.
Exactly. That's the technical thing I was reading and I didn't quite understand. So the fellow who wrote the piece was explaining that it could be because of the outage. At the same time, it could be that I can't look for it now. The mechanism as you are talking about has been faulty already, and the outage only exposed it because ordinarily the person should not have gotten.
No, the person could. Yes. I mean, it's a modern lift. No, it does. But the emphasis is that there was 𝗛𝘆𝗲𝗿 in the House of Parliament.
The House of Parliament, and that's only you when there's a guy saying that. I don't know how to put it well, but
in English, so that
if you say, for example, maybe it's about
if your mother is sleeping and
you say your mother is dead. If your mother is dead, and you say something like, of course. So of course they have been playing the ostrich around it. Oh, there is no 𝗛𝘆𝗲𝗿, there is no 𝗛𝘆𝗲𝗿, and then finally look at how it has even become, a public spectacle of disgrace and all of that. I think what government is doing is just trying to manage the communication because the NPP campaigned strongly against John Mahama because they felt that look, the 𝗛𝘆𝗲𝗿 was killing. It was the mainstay of the 2016 election. Then you are in an election year. And if I were a politician, and I'm looking for power. And I'm not a Christian, well-oriented, I'll find it difficult to come and say that actually the 𝗛𝘆𝗲𝗿𝗘. I won't be able to come and say because the moment you say it, I mean, you kill the campaign. That's why they are managing it. But regardless of the management, I think what should have been done as of now is a little bit of at least prior information. Okay.
No, but on this specific case, we understand it was a disconnection.
They were owing.
It was
yes, you are making reference to okay.
It was a disconnection.
Of course. No, for the parliament instance, that one, yes. Unpaid bills.
The ECG boss is in trouble.
He's not in trouble. He's supposed to get revenue.
Absolutely.
And so you are owing him 23 million Ghana cedis, and you expect him not to pay. Even the Accra students and some other place, they were disconnected. In the parliament, they say Eketwa. So if our kids are learning, then you can disconnect them.
But that was exactly.
It's
So it would be very, very bold. And I think sometime last year, a similar thing happened to the finance ministry as well. They were also disconnected and a number of other, they did not even pay, and all of that is anyway.
Yeah, but it shouldn't be so. I mean, and they owe so much. And for a very long time, you are giving your subvention, you are giving an amount of money, it's supposed to be allocated to paying utilities. Well, so let's have the official document put out now. Because of X and Facebook, we can always see because it is a disgrace. They say abanasa, especially when the outgoing deputy minister was right on the microphone speaking.
I don't know what the I've not seen any release from the parliamentary services outfit, but I want to read their explanation, because for state outfits like that, sometimes when even they are in huge debts, they are not, I mean, no action is taken against them. Okay, they are priorities. They are treated as, and it's the finance ministry who at the end of the day do all the clearance. So it means that either the one at the helm of affairs wanted to do something drastic to enforce a message that, look, you've been indebted to me for a long time, I need my money, or something else. I want to understand, because it's unpardonable. I mean, it's unthinkable that the Parliament of Ghana, that there's something...
the ECG has been bastardized for a very long time.
They posted something on their page.
What?
They are saying that stealing power is a shortcut to trouble.
Who posted it? Which site are you reading from?
Electricity Company of Ghana, their official page.
I think this may be one of their parody pages.
This was posted 6 days ago.
Okay.
Patch said, no member of parliament saw this. It went viral. Look at it. It says, pay your electricity bill and stay connected. So stealing power is a crime. And look at what has been posted. So bills and penalties. So if you don't pay, then the penalty would follow. Yes.
No, and everybody is doing his job.
No, they are doing their job. By this time, I can say ECG and
they can haul you the boss to
parliament.
And come and even put questions to you.
So the boss's name, but
he's been bold.
He's
been very bold.
Exceptionally bold.
The ECG boss. Yes, he's called
I think it's called.
Yes.
Okay,
so finally, do we have Dumso? Is Dumso back?
Away from what happened in Parliament. Yes. I mean, Dumso is back, but maybe not in a widespread proportion. Maybe it's isolated.
ASEP is also looking at the fact that if really Dumso has come, then give us the itinerary.
Of course.
A date, so we can prepare.
Of course, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yes.
I mean, so we have, so that we are not taken aback. It doesn't just spring on us. We wake up and then, because now anytime you go on social media, somebody's reporting, oh, my this one is not, my this is that, my this is that. It shouldn't be that way. Even if it is not widespread, no matter the magnitude of the outage, at least help us understand, some specific timelines, or maybe ABC. But it will take a lot of sincerity for anybody to come out and do that, because it has political implication. That sincerity, it can cost you the election. And I'm thinking the regular Ghanaian politician, as we have come to understand, of course, would not authorize that. Look, go and tell the public that there is a schedule. It will not happen.
Last minute.
Already look at how, I mean, there is the conversation. Dumso is back. Then you go and add the schedule to it.
But you've been able to go to Parliament. You walk boldly into Parliament from the gates. Look at the kind of security in Parliament. You walked, you entered the chamber, and you finally cut off power. So if Mr. Dubik was able to do this, he should be able to be bold enough to come out and tell us that there's a load shedding. Man, probi, a bedroom will light from 6 to 6.
Perhaps
after 7, we'll turn it on. from 7 p.m. to this time, we are going to turn it off. It will come at 4 a.m. So that some of us, we don't iron our clothes and put it down for the week. We decide to iron on the day because every day comes with a new idea on how you want to look on set. So if you don't do this for us, now you're sorry, now mini lighter. How do I iron my shirt?
Maybe
or how do I iron my dress?
Let's buy box irons or look for other alternatives.
All right, so should we also wedge into the campaign for 𝗟𝗡 or the other independent producers to meet together and give us a timetable for which all of us will stick to it? I'm asking a question.
Yes, no, yeah. You see, I'm saying that even if the magnitude is not widespread, even if it's by a half proportion, it's respectable, okay? So that you don't throw people into inconvenience. You let us know it is not doom so. You are having a temporary challenge. You resolve it within XYZ period. Regardless of the duration, at least keep pets abreast. Let us have, a sense of exactly what is happening so that nobody is taken by the surprise. Because the surprises, some of them, they are just too rude. You wake up, you are preparing, you are cooking, you are doing something, and the light just goes off. It's unfortunate. It's not respectable. We are in the 21st century.
Yeah. Maybe we should all go back to the days of having standby generators.
Maybe. You see, but we'll go only if we know that this is the situation. Right now, it appears, go, don't go. Because, if you want to take money to, I can't even imagine the cost of a generator now. But if you want to go and buy a generator now,
in this season.
And it happens that we are not in doom, so having to, so clarity, there should be some kind of sincerity on the matter. Maybe a campaign can be started.
So there's a communique from I'm still on the 𝗟𝗡 side. It says, dear customers, we have noticed the concerns about intermittent power supply in some areas. We understand the impact this has, and we are actively addressing all issues. Is doom so? While there is no doom so, we are still working to enhance the stability of the power supply. If you are experiencing any power disruptions, it is a lookout for.
Producer, I think it will just be fair as we do it here. We can get an official of the 𝗟𝗡 and speak to. We have ever done it here on the station before, so that we can verify, is there a seemingly subtle intrusion of doom so? What is the official position of 𝗟𝗡? We'll try as much as possible to do this. Now it's verifying.
but I don't want to get doom so.
It appears, there is too much.
You're also on their side.
Yeah. The communication, even the first paragraph, if you could take the first paragraph, just the
let me go back to the first paragraph.
And you tie it into the second one. I think a lot of people are being political. How do you admit in one breath that, you have, observed intermittent, blah, 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 blah. Then you come back to come and say, yes, please. So that we married the two.
We have noticed the concerns about intermittent power supply in some areas. We understand the impact this has, and we are actively addressing the issue. Then you come back, the second paragraph. While there is no doom so, we are still working to enhance the stability of power supply. So this communique was posted on January.
You see, what is the...
Look, this is in January 21, 2024. That was 2 months back. So if you are telling them that there was no doom so in 2 months back, and now there is doom so...
So you see, it's the insincerity.
I think we all need a formula. See, we need a formula because for a mathematician, a statistician, or a physicist, how many doom so or how many power outages
do we need
to confirm
that
let's do the math.
So we need a doom so formula.
We need
the doom so formula.
Because if my life...
How I wish this was the question of the day. What is the doom so formula?
On Wednesday, one seasoned journalist, a female, Tima Kunkum, she posted and she said, my light has been out since 10 a.m. and I got home at 8. The lights came in. 10 seconds later, 10, a call off. So if in this instance you have turned your fridge on and you're using a Samsung double door fridge, not power any FEMA, who is going to pay for that?
You see,
these are the things that we are talking about.
That's why again it all comes back to the issue of the sincerity. But we won't be able to develop a formula because it's erratic. You see, back in the day,
but the extent or the periodicity of the erraticness
the frequency.
The
frequency. I understand.
We have to get the mathematicians to do the math for us.
Maybe somebody would have to properly sit down and then do the calculation.
Yeah, somebody needs to do the calculation.
Who is going to do the calculation? Is it ECG?
There is some
private
power producers. There's some consistency somewhere if you think about it carefully, because you realize that it goes off at some points and
are there targeted areas?
Maybe.
Well, if Parliament is being put
please,
off.
ECG, if you are watching me this morning, please don't turn off my lights. It's weekend.
All right, so let's go to our next story. We are being threatened, and this is coming from no other person than the U.S. ambassador to Ghana.
Have you realized that the UK High Commission has also added its voice to this?
Oh yes, and they will keep adding and adding and adding. Shandoff, this is where we are. We have elected our parliamentarians, gone to Parliament, enact a law, and this is obviously a law from the people. And now somebody says, look, you are infringing on the rights of your own citizens. And we, the citizens, are saying, we ask our parliamentarians to do that. What's your take on that?
I am extremely careful to comment on this matter.
Yes, I know.
It's one of those issues that I even would ordinarily want to shy away completely. Not because I do not have a stance. Of course, I do have, my decided opinion on the matter. But more often than not, the conversation is too binary for me. When I say it's binary, it is always for or against, okay? But for an issue that is quite intricate, I don't think we should have two extreme ends like the way we do, okay? It is always, you are for LGBTQ, you are not for LGBTQ. Okay, so, and I don't think it's a binary issue like that. It's not A or B, okay?
It should be one.
Yes, and if you look at all the dynamics, the complexities and all of that, you realize that it's not something that we should have, it shouldn't look like, the lines are drawn. Yeah, either here nor there. Okay, that's why I'm careful not to always discuss it, because at right now, frankly speaking, it looks like there is some George Brigade, and then there is the Professor Audrey Gajepo, and then the what's her name? Fuamweni, is it Amanda Ofori, and I mean there is that other group too, and they keep clashing. There should be a reasonable middle ground to address the matter, because if you listen to Sam George and his arguments, he insists consistently that it is not a biological orientation for somebody to have a queer sexual orientation. He thinks it is not biological, and yesterday this is how he put it on one of our sister channels. He said perversion being bandied as lifestyle. He called it perversion. That was his staunch remarks on it, that this is perversion and people are trying to embellish it and make it, attractive. The response that one of, the panelists gave was in sharp contradiction, but she also used an expression, and I was thinking, I said, okay, this person seems to have a point. This person also seems to have a point. Okay, so what about me? I have a very good friend, and I'm not saying I do, I'm just citing an example. I have a very good friend who is wired in that manner. There is a bill that is now criminalizing the act. Is that not going to make, life very uncomfortable for that fellow? If that fellow also explains that, for me, I don't know how I became this way, so don't penalize me, then the conversation becomes, are we being, fair to those individuals? The bill also contemplates that, well, we are not going to outrightly, as it were, punish people all of a sudden. There are correctional measures to reform in a very, as it were, warm manner. But the public outlook doesn't look that way. Okay. Read the statement from the U.S. ambassador. Now, this morning I was looking at it again and all of that.
Is it her Facebook post?
Yes. I think it should be her Facebook post. It is all looking like a war. That is what
that is where we are. Throwing a stone from the left, another from the right.
Can I read her?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's in a Facebook post on Thursday. The ambassador Palmer conveyed his sadness regarding the bill's approval. He highlighted concerns about its potential harm to the nation's economy, reputation, and public health and order. The bill stipulates penalties including a 6-month to a 3-year jail term for individuals engaged in LGBTQ activities and a 3 to 5-year jail term for promoters and sponsors of such activities. But expressing her dismay, Ambassador Palmer emphasized that the bill will not only infringe on basic human rights of the LGBT community, but also undermines the constitutional rights of all Ghanaians, including freedom of speech, assembly, and press. I am saddened because some of the most smartest, most creative, most decent people I know are LGBTQ. The bill Parliament passed takes away not only their basic human rights.
Although maybe from a medical perspective, I don't know if you could. What do you make of it?
So this is an argument that has gone on and on and on. If we want to start now,
we'll end it.
We'll end it. And you see, in this seat, it is more of a moderated seat. You see, rather than my bias, because as I said,
we're just providing information.
But at this moment, I am capped. You can't provide the kind of information you want to go for. If people are very, 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 very smart, they will know that. You know that kind of thing.
As I sit here, I know where you stand.
You can't know.
I don't know where you stand, but I know where you stand when it comes to the fact that we have to take these people to correctional centers.
Yes. See, my position in this is a little anonymous because of the role I play, and it's a very deep role. So you can't even say where you are, whether you are for or you are against. But whatever it is, the law
exactly it's the same for me. That is why I mentioned that for this matter, and I have, honestly speaking, when the conversations began, it made me read extensively, and I was sober. I was thinking, it more been it is not just as it is that there are people who,
phone lines there. So the phone lines are openly activated. 025-625-3461, 025-625-3461. And of course, we've been discussing issues of LGBTQ. We've discussed the power outage, whether it is power outage or it is DOMSO. And then
it is LGBTQ.
Whether it is LGBTQ.
well, you see, but the good news on this is that we have piloted about 50 people who were in diverse
queer orientations
in this.
And they have come out.
Yes, he gave us some very good solutions.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So there is actually a room for remedy. See, the issue is when the person says, look, I am going to be here.
So you are still talking about LGBTQ, right?
No, I'm not.
Well, if we say there's room for remedy, it logically presupposes that then those orientations are abnormalities. That is what will warrant a remedy. But the proponents also argued strongly that it should not be called an abnormality in the very first place. And that it's a choice. For some people, you see...
That is what even makes it a bit fun. If it's a choice, then I can decide not to, and I can decide to. So then it's not even serious.
But then people's choices should be people should be allowed to manifest.
But not against the law.
They are but the law must be an
not against the law.
The law must be an aggregation of the collective interest of society.
Do you know the kind of choices people have? I can decide that this is your Sakura thing, I don't like it. I remember that when I was going to marry, the people, my in-laws said they didn't like Sakura people. Okay, and it's their choice.
Still Sakura.
And I'll be Sakura to like. You see, so their choice was a person who has hair, and I didn't have hair. And here am I. I'm still there. Maybe now one of their best.
Oh,
right.
Yes.
Despite the fact that
now one of their best.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
So that's how it starts. If it's a choice, then it even makes it more simpler for us. You see, it rather becomes serious if it's an abnormality. Then we have some amount of sympathy to say that, look, if it is a disease, then come for correction. You see, that's what we are. But as I said, it's not in my position now to give out some of these. I'm always anonymous when it comes to some of these discussions. But the law is out, it's up.
Yeah.
We are waiting for government
Will you be
assent.
surprised if President assents his
I did the question I didn't want to. Now,
I wanted to ask you. And
on Al Jazeera, I mean, that thing always plays. Now, this was Akufo-Addo said. He said that there has not been a sufficiently strong coalition of public opinion. Exactly what he said. Sufficiently. He said there has not been a sufficiently strong coalition of public opinion that is calling for. Then it continued. Now, what he was implicitly saying is that the conversation has not begun. People have not said we should, blah, blah, blah. Now we have gotten to that place. So it is going to be a test on his character himself, especially when openly he has said that, look, Ghana is supposed to. But you see,
Ghana is supposed to. He didn't end the speech.
I mean, Ghana is not going to, endorse LGBTQ and all of that.
But we have Quarcoo calling from Hello, good morning,
LGBTQ.
Okay, Patrick was with you.
It is the Ghana, no, according to say, religious country.
Okay.
Now, young person besides says, LGBTQ for no more person say, or much as a munimiansa, a chain and coupon. Send ya coupon bob, money or bar. Say, and turn our bodies. Now, almost say, or ban worry or bar, Beman worry, Beman, your bed, I try and coupon our bodies. Nature say, ye nimiansa a chain and coupon, and I say, ye percent say, ye a boy, into to me, any baby. Sana Sodom, any Gomorrah, Moya, and coupon buffo. Oshni or mine, and this is a Ghana for ye pesa Ghana, and coupon a buffo by and so. Now, send ye case Ghana ye Shiramai, Yankopon Dogana, or don't bet now, Amayano. And may intainable for no can. Yen decision and ye know. Now, Yankopon in Shirano and try and so, Madame Wasi.
Yes, that's it.
Now, let me touch on this God conversation. Okay, so man was created in the perfect image of God. Man was created as the full expression of God. Then man fell. Now, when man fell, so man left a certain realm of perfection and glory. That is how come, people are born with certain illnesses and, all of that. The argument, I'm just saying that the argument is that those who say that, oh, well, God created, man and woman to be, man and God made it man and woman and all of that. Those who are against that argument have said that, well, that perfect order God created was broken when Adam sinned. So we are in an imperfect dispensation.
So what happened to the same Bible that states that go into the world and...
Well,
how can the same sex multiply? You want
to start this debate?
So that one is you trying to correct what has been broken. But I'm saying that the point they hold is that, look, nobody should bring the debate about God made it man, woman, whatsoever, because the perfect order that God even created for the entirety of the universe to govern affairs has already been broken, and therefore we shouldn't go into that. But I'm just saying that's the part of the arguments, in that respect.
Interesting. So we've been discussing the NDC's running mate. We've also talked about 𝗛𝘆𝗲, and of course LGBTQI+++++. What's your take on it? You can also call us on 025-625-3461, 025-625-3461. Call us. When you call, please lower the volume of your television set. Let's have beautiful conversations. So the issue of, us talking about the Bible and what the Bible says, this shouldn't even be on the table. I am expecting the president, or I was expecting the president when he said he spoke on BBC. I was expecting him to have said that. Al Jazeera. I was expecting him to have said that. Okay, fine. So this is the country's take on. We will not even think about it. We won't even bring it on the table for us to have a discussion on it.
Now, I was making a point before the caller came. Yeah. We need to also understand the economic circumstances of Ghana right now. As of now, the country is, begging the IMF, the country.
Do we care? The country. We can also destroy our cultural fiber.
Absolutely, but then when you now want to take the decision, recourse must be given to the implications. I'm not saying that.
So anybody... you think this bill, if it's assented to, would go against
there will definitely be implications.
There will definitely be implications. We need to be honest about it.
We will need to prepare.
Absolutely. Look at instances of, I mean, look at
we should
Uganda,
ask
for
Deviant
example.
about it. And fire, we will sign it.
And
we'll go ahead with it.
And in the case of Ghana, I'm saying, look at our current. If I'm President Akufo-Addo right now, I want to retain power. I want my party to retain power.
Go and change your glasses.
There's a
so that
bill.
you be President Akufo-Addo.
There's a bill that is in front of me.
Okay.
Now, if I sign that bill, it could sink my economy further. If I don't sign it too, it can
lose power.
You understand
so
the complication.
This is a dilemma of a
ghost. Of course. But
so you do it anyway.
I am. Well, if I were in issues, well, I wouldn't know what to do exactly.
Well,
you wouldn't know what to do.
I think we have gone beyond this conversation of whether or not Parliament has done 3 readings. Is being enacted. Where we are waiting for the president to assent.
Yeah.
So this is a singular decision on the part of His Excellency. Maybe together with the wife, beautiful Rebecca, when they go to their room.
I promise on my Anna to be
but
faithful and loyal to Ghana.
I don't know if I should chip this in. I have a problem with this protocol or this procedure for the formulation of laws. Parliament represents the collective voices of the entirety of the country. So MPs represent constituencies. If they come out with a bill, I don't know why at the end of the day
we have to take it back to the president.
For one man to sometimes it doesn't make sense to me because then at the end of the day, where is the power? Where's the power of the people?
Formulation.
Yes,
the power of the people.
Also because we have a caller.
Okay, fireman.
Good morning.
Morning.
Adomo.
Parliament. Car omudino. Omudi yiti for the moon say. On the quick and can you do where your mama did? When the fireman, my crack tajabo light, and me tajabo box, and the abba, you know, Mima about me, I will tell you. So, all my men don't, me tajabo box to me now. Until I hear Dundum Canyan dot, no. And if you told you, I can't bear table. Because the abba, yes, there was that push, your mommy. Into no quite with you, and assuming that, not many be tight.
I'm going to dwell on people's discomfort.
And the U.S. ambassador, maybe we are Papa, 9 years ago, but we say, Obano Wariana, say, indeed, Tumuno. Nasa Kupa will know Saya, obeying to no, Wawaria will be Sasa Wawari Berman now, Wawari Oba.
Good one.
Yeah, anyway. And it don't just have no canoe. I don't think I am so let me so I know. Or just see what baby or one.
All right, you hear that? Johnny, the all right. Yeah, Shadow, you're making
yes, I was making the point that, I mean, for the fact that the people would go and decide through their representatives and another man has to sit and then actually endorse it. At the end of the day, I mean, where is the truism of democracy in it? If we are the ones deciding, why should one person
Hello,
then be
good morning.
Want to, you know.
Hello, good morning. Oh, line our cats in Pacho San Fred, 0256253461.
Now, Professor Adzika and her team are threatening a court action.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then the other team members also say, "We dare you go to court. We'll come to a debate.
Go to court." And it will be interesting to see. Oh God, how?
Okay, let's go to Tema. John.
Hello. Good morning, John.
Good morning. Michia me penny for the other phone now. To say the suffer can Mamma my in debate. Many pakro, one more yes, I don't know. One more minute, cry out, one more fast, or more baby, I say. Sabia, you will fire 20 a buyer. Young, we are here to inquire one more person, one more day, we are fasten, and dear Banner said, Bribi. I mean, can say, be Gassi and Winnie Panama, or very Nipanamana. And this only the Sabia, Yans also. Now you're trying to for a purpose. And I Sabia, or Barney Bearman, and so no. And also Sunamay for a purpose. In the enemy, and you know, Naya size, the president, the Abbey on sign. Period.
All right. Thank you. Maybe this is also good own way of letting us become self-sustaining. Because
so that we learn to manage our own
yes,
resources.
because now we are afraid.
So that if we were independent, we would not be taking.
If we're independent, what would we be thinking about?
Well,
can you go to any of the Arabian countries and threaten them because of this?
Because yes, they've not endorsed. They are not endorsing these things, and they are not afraid of.
They are not afraid.
Because
Look at even Libya.
Well,
when Gaddafi was alive, you dare not.
Yeah.
You see, so maybe this is God's own nature of telling us, work so hard, be very transparent, let integrity reign, and
let's move forward.
I'm waiting for. I'm looking at how Akufo-Addo would navigate these waters. What is he? And the Supreme Court, you were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court, when the justices, sit, I'm looking at how they are going to hear. It will be easy.
A hearing of the case.
Because maybe we should go there.
I would prefer that forum.
It will definitely go there.
Honestly, I would prefer so that.
But don't forget, even if we get there, we can't use a camera. So let's
but their conclusions will come out.
And listen to the proceedings.
But
their verdict will come out.
We'll get their reasoning. So this is the judgment. So who is dissenting, who is agreeing, and all of that.
You will brand all of them.
All of them. If you are empaneled as a judge to sit on such a matter and you are writing your opinion, you must think that look, it's not only reflecting you as an individual, you and your family, your church,
everybody. So for now,
the entire
everybody is kind of insulting Madame 𝗟𝗏𝗘. And by extension, people are there. Hey,
all the those of you in academia. Yeah. I'm saying some of these things. Look, they have political implications. They have psychological. There's a psychological impacts to it. There's the social effect.
But I love her boldness. The boldness.
She's a hard woman.
To dare the already hot waters.
If Akufo-Addo were alive,
yes,
it would have added more for. They were part of. She was part of that clique that was, unfortunately.
But the others who were in that team are silent now, apart from Madame 𝗟𝗏𝗘.
Sometimes
they are silent now. It means family members are speaking.
They could be silent in public. But in private, they could be talking.
Oh, obviously. You think people are not discussing this privately?
People,
but we are talking about the fact that somebody could come to air and say that, look, this is... Now it appears it's only Prof. 𝗟𝗏𝗘
who is leading the doctor who debated.
Well, is it Professor 𝗟𝗏𝗘, but I have not really heard her that loud.
There is this woman, Dr.
Amanda.
I've forgotten Amanda something. There is this particular name. Yeah, she was on Joy I think 2 days ago, and she was
blasting all over.
Yeah, blasting all over. But together with Sam George, and Sam George, you know him in his typical fashion. He was shredding her. It was back.
Okay, cool. Is that the Amnesty International?
Amnesty. I was watching. And I said, okay.
But Prof. 𝗟𝗏𝗘 used to be very loud on this one.
We've not heard from her.
Maybe one or two, but the way she came up previously, she was like the leader, trying to. Maybe family members. Techua, oh yeah, bro.
Maybe somebody calls you and tells you that what you are doing.
Ebusia Penny will call you.
Ebusia Penny has called you. It could be anyway. But the church, the Catholic Bishops' Conference, they indicated their.
Yes, they have indicated. The Christian Council has indicated. Yes,
all of that.
The Muslim. I think Dr. Apiakubi sent me
a document.
And no, it was. Okay, so you continue. Let me try and see if I can find.
Yeah. But this is what 𝗟𝗏𝗘 said. He says, "I'll be surprised if President signs anti-LGBTQ+ bill." So that's why I asked you, will you be surprised?
Yeah, so being surprised is not enough.
It's not enough.
But this is the prongs are two. Why is she saying that she'll be surprised? It means two things. Either she knows that the president has some kind of the president is liberal on the matter. That is why he'll be surprised if a liberal fellow like that goes on ahead to, or she'll be surprised just because he feels that, yes, it is harmful and therefore the president should not.
Was it a tweet, was it an X, or there was a full statement too?
Oh, there's a full statement, but it was in the graphic.
Okay.
Okay, so good. So I've seen it.
So the Muslims have also sent a communique to that Friday, yes. All right, so we have A few minutes to go.
Should I read a paragraph of it?
Yeah, just the first 2 sentences or so.
Okay, so the Coalition of Muslim Organizations Ghana wishes to express one of its highest contentment in response to the passage of the LGBTQ+ bill in Parliament today. After 3 long years of topsy-turvy, our goal of regulating and eventually proscribing the practice of LGBTQ+ in Ghana has been achieved, and we deem it an important milestone in the history of the Parliament of Ghana.
Good. We'll put it there. Okay, so Quarcoo, your last thoughts, and we can wrap up.
Quickly, I think this is where I would want to hear Dr. Bawumia.
Okay.
This is the point I would
want to hear Dr. Bawumia.
Somebody should take the microphone to him at this point. And then
he said he's the mate.
Ask him.
So was the driver
No,
now he's coming off the driver.
So
on the other hand,
so right now, I would want somebody to take the microphone to him, Mr. President. I mean, but
did he say Mr. Vice President?
Mr. Vice President. I mean, but
who is becoming Mr. President?
Mr. President,
you are voted for.
All things being equal. The president has avoided the media. I mean, the meets the press engagements. I don't remember the last time. I understand. I think some 3 years back. I don't remember but these are some of the questions that we may want to, ask upfrontly. What is your stance on it and all of that? But we are going into a weekend, so of course everybody has to take care. I would have said we should all enjoy, but you can't enjoy because you don't know whether you would have power or the power will go off. But
and even the money to enjoy
the money to enjoy.
Now there's light issue, there is also water shortage.
And the CD is now 13 Ghana cedis too. And Kenke sellers say that those of us who can't cook this weekend, if you are now coming to buy Kenke,
please cook because Sankofa is there for you.
I called a certain dollar amount. Charlie, I think go figures. Dog, the way the thing they go, no.
But this weekend,
and our time is up. So we are coming to you soon. Rachel is coming to you with Apomodin. Yeah, but it's here.
Power Specialist Herbal Hospital. Emamuna Akwaba Ediba Accra branch yi. Pokuase Kwabenya Main Road no so. Aha eno manfo a ya wanya fracture. Just one na mu abuo africhie. Na empokura wo susu se bia obi na ato omaduro. Wo mom konya akwanhia pra. Ha no nya yaresa. Dr. Kwosua Aduaya. Enipa yenim na bia yenso kan ahwere nim anadwo. Wo bedi wato ho ahwew se ebetoa. No asori akọ. Power Specialist Herbal. Ewo enfidie scan ya hwehwe wo nipadua no mu. Na ekse yare kura hawo. Wo do mu nduro na anam no. Asan yare kura. Yare ba ko so ne saye o mombre pa hepatitis B, sciatica, stroke, diabetes, akomamu yare ahoro, typhoid, awo, dunso mu yare. Ni nyina Power Specialist Herbal Hospital Koko Accra or Kwabenya ACP Road Kumasi or Feyase Wani Josbro filling station the division mu and attack so Anadi Estates Customs Road Ghana have a bio will be anfre 0244 54 44 22 and then 0200 38 38 31.
Power Specialist Herbal Hospital.
Hepatitis B ayaresa fi ankasa.
So pesa obeye ensentrenea enye school bi akeke ene woso woko ene school amekanfo dia mawa eye Oxford Institute of Business and Journalism admission ashase 2021-2022 academic year over 2-year NAPTES diploma programs BTC journalism and media studies business administration and hospitality management short courses our between 6 months cosmetology and makeup digital and social media marketing radio broadcasting and a video and photography. Our facilities are Hodua, Ebe Bowadishia. Your hostel facilities are Obenya Baby Ada, TV, and radio studio. What about your practicals? Obetro computer, environment Nanka Sansono, and why you come? At church phone so, Woma Bing. Nasa Wavia Wadishia, attachment, and your Juma Samudi, Winnie How Cra. Entika Wayne, copy admission forms Nibitos Sia, a 60 Ghana cedis. And what your 2 campuses Nina. Kumase Kwada so Oshimase Rollers, Ana Santasi Star Junction, Ana Frey 0504 234005, Ana 0244 724087.
Faith-based television companies looking for sales and marketing executives who have the ability to prepare sales proposals, must have good customer relation skills and excellent interpersonal skills, must have good understanding of advertising, must be computer literate, must not be intimidated in working outside sales, must be self-motivated and self-starters, must have good communication skills, both written and verbal. Being a Methodist and previous sales experience in television or radio will be an added advantage. All applicants must have a university degree or relevant qualification in sales and marketing. Interested applicants should email their CVs to wesleytvofficial@gmail.com or deliver to the front desk of WTV offices at the following locations. In Accra, locate us at the Grant House adjacent the Holy Spirit Cathedral in Adabraka. In Kumasi, KO, in Rome, Ashtown, or any of the diocesan offices of the Methodist Church Ghana. For further enquiries, contact 059 311 0733 or 0244 724087.
Hello, it's Friday Family Fun Day and you're still watching 𝗟𝗓𝗏. It's time for the health segment. My name is 𝗟𝗓𝗏𝗏. Mema ahwefo nyina akwaba eba apomuden emre so. Apomuden is brought to you by 𝗟𝗡𝗏 Institute. 𝗟𝗡𝗏 Institute is a therapy center. O hwehwe won echi kwan a wo Kumase Kochi. Ene on apomuden ye toa yankomo twetwe no so on physical activities. Enti yen physiotherapist waya krado obaso no or twen yen enti yenko na yenko twetwe nkomo.
How can we increase our physical activity when it comes to transport? This is a good thing to do in the sense that as we move from place to place, walking is the most accessible, available, cheap form of physical activity and of transportation. Sometimes it's not practical to walk for hours and hours, but create the opportunity as many times as possible to walk. Walking is healthy and good for you. Cycling. Unfortunately, in our parts of the world, riding a bicycle is not seen in a very positive light because, well, it seems the one with the car has been blessed by God, and the one riding the bicycle, abrabaye diamano. Let's not look at it this way, because when we do that, we discourage people who might be wanting to take up cycling. Now, they don't want to become a byword, you know, for someone to say, Bobra you, and yes, we bicycle. Riding a bicycle is healthy. Riding a bicycle is a very good exercise. Riding a bicycle, in fact, in the European Union, it's sponsoring or piloting a project called the Pasta Cities. So that's physical activity for sustainability, okay? So using active transport. When we say active transport, that means a form of transportation that is active, like physically active. So classic examples are walking and cycling. Now these countries, so they piloted it in about 7 cities. And these cities, the whole country, the whole union came together to make sure that their infrastructure and the environment was friendly for walking and cycling. So they would make, alongside the road, pavements for people to walk and also cycling tracks. The top of my head, I've seen only one of such kinds of road in Ghana, and that's the road stretching from Adenta, passing University of Ghana, and I don't know where it ends. But there you see that there's the main road, then there's the cycling track. So on the cycling track, you see that they would have drawn a bicycle, and then there's the pavements where we're supposed to walk. So in those cities, the pastor cities in Europe, they did those things all around so that people would be encouraged to cycle and to walk and feel safe while doing that. This is particularly important, especially in our context, because you realize even if a person wants to do this, we need a governmental effort, a national effort to understand that riding a bicycle doesn't mean your life is not going well. It's a good exercise. It's a good exercise, and it will be best for us all if we do. It's best for the environment because riding a bicycle doesn't emit fumes that are part of the greenhouse gases, increasing global warming. It's a sustainable way of transportation. Walking is a sustainable way of transportation. Cars. We all can drive cars. So cars increase your level of sedentary behavior. Is bad for the environment. Okay, doesn't make you healthier. Ride your cars, drive your cars, but make time to walk and advocate for the environment to be made friendly enough so that cycling and walking can be safe and enjoyable.
Yeah, physiotherapist Vincent and I attaining cano. Yet the young common chicheno aba ewi, Yamia Doma, a Joada Jimre, the Shay on Apomudeng Emre. Apomudeng is brought to you by 𝗡𝗚 Institute. 𝗡𝗚 Institute is a therapy center. Woshisha Echi Kwanya, Owo Kumase Kuchi. Meeting the Rachel Mercy Ahen, Miss Sorry Sui, Miss Na is up next with Insurance Minutes.
𝗡𝗚 Institute. Ayaresabia Hotonia Sumdia Shahoma. Edia no wakwanchre. Wakwanchre ni adekodia potenua. Epiama otokoso abrabomu. Nanso, sensanom ni nubone fa basa bitwa wa kwan mu a. Eyi wa adwene firi obotaye no so. Wo 𝗡𝗚 Institute no. Yebetumi aboa oni wabusuafo a muhia mo anyina ma wogye ayemodea. Ye ayaresabia asebi. Yebeboa wana wato nsani nubone fantentan mu. Ayaresabia ibotaye ne se. Ebeboa adwuma mu nimdifo. Asuafo ni nipa ahodo nyina ama watu anamwa edikan a edifa ahodie bebre won. Mpanimfo a ye ne won di dwuma no bi ne wona a wo hwe adwene mu yare. Afutufo ni adokotafo ni anesefo a wode won ho afiri nsanom ne nubone fansem. Yatete saa nimdifo yi na wonimdia ne nneoma pa ebo ayarefo no. Na de atwam nso ne se ayaresan hyehyeye ni gina abefo nhyehyemu ni USA nhyehyeye a wode di dwuma no. 𝗡𝗚 ayarehwe ne fie die nyina ayepe. Yayaresan hyehyeye no gu ahodo na ebi ne medical monitored detox program, residential rehabilitation. Yesan tumi fa ye nananom akwa ahodo so sayare na ebi nso ne group therapy, 12-step AAA programs, recreational therapy, nenia ekeka ho. Oyarefo ne da akyehye ase bra ode ne nan besi biaye ho no a. 𝗡𝗚 Institute ya abefo ayaresabia ehwe wona a wado suko won sane nubone famu. Na ani wiase afa na nhyehyeye nyina nso yepe. Adampa hodo a ye wonu bi ne VIP rooms, professional rooms, standard rooms, and air-conditioned rooms. Laundry services ye free. Ahobambon nsem so wo sro kama. Yesan wo biaya osua de na eba no aduane sem de a uni hawkra. Ye na chukwan wo kumasi kochi e wa santimantem Ghana. Sa wo pentremu bi anso a mepa chow frayan wo 0245 849185 ana 0322 496188. USA Fonson frayan wo 404-735-7697. Abe Fontaine Tansu Behuniyanwo www.marthaedu.org. 𝗡𝗚 Institute, the Extension Center for Integrative Therapy, home away from home.
The last day of the week and the first day of a new month. Welcome to Insurance Minute here on WTV. Insurance Minute is proudly brought to you by 𝗟𝗏𝗏 Insurance Company. 𝗟𝗏𝗏 has a number of insurance policies. All you have to do is just contact them using info@𝗟𝗏𝗏insurance.com, or you go onto their website www.𝗟𝗏𝗏insurance.com, or you can join any of their social media platforms. But this is some of the insurance policies from 𝗟𝗏𝗏.
Hi, I'm 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. You can call me 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏. I'm your virtual insurance underwriter who can get your motor insurance policy in just 10 minutes. All you have to do is send hi on WhatsApp number 050-168-7806, and it is done effortlessly. We're good to go. If it must be done, it must be done well.
That will be all for Insurance Minutes for today. You can locate 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 just behind 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗏 Presbyterian Church, or you can contact them using any of their social media platforms. Agor is next. Do stay with us.